Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Today Show Detroit. I am Zach Damon. Thank you so much for joining me. We have the one and only Leslyn Angel, the president and CEO of Miucp, or Michigan Youth Cerebral Palsy. Leslyn, thank you so much for being on the show today. How are you?
I'm doing great, Zach. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here and to share about Miucp.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, tremendous organization. And then, of course, I mean, you've done so much, not only just for the organization, but then for the city and for Michigan and Detroit. So it is a true pleasure. Now, because you've done so much, is it okay? Do you mind if we just jump right in?
Sure, no problem.
All right. So, Leslyn, of course, you've been employed with MIUCP since 1991 and have held the position uh, of president and CEO since 2005. And of course, your involvement with MIUCP has stretched to the national level as part of the United Cerebral Palsy Association employment team. And of course, you provided technical support to the Department of Labor and funded the One Step to Success project. And of course, prior to your current position, you were vice president of programs, where you were responsible for overseeing all programs at MIUCP. So you are also the coordinator of the Social Security funded benefits planning assistance and outreach project. Of course, also the rehabilitation renaissance project and coordinator for the UCPA Choice Access Project in Detroit. So a lot there, but I'm curious, Leslyn, what led you to MIUCP back in 1991?
Well, disability has really been a natural part of my life. My mom worked for Oakland County Community Mental Health when I was a kid. I have a cousin that has CP and some other significant disabilities, and so disability was just a natural part of my life. I volunteered at a camp during the summer working with folks with disabilities. And so when I grew up, I wanted to become a social worker. Had no idea that I would um, work in the field, but ended up doing an internship at UCP Detroit and eventually was hired to stay on staff, and the rest is history. I'm just passionate about making sure that everyone has full access to their community, and the work that UCP has done over the years definitely embraces that and allows me to follow my passion.
Well, absolutely. And I think you touched on a great point. I mean, resources are important. And of course, being able to encompass that and give individuals the resources is very important. And of course, I wanted to touch a little bit too on the history of MIUCP, if those that know. So, of course, it was founded in 1949, and MIUCP is one of over 65 independent state and local nonprofit affiliates of the United Cerebral Palsy Association, or UCPA. And of course, the mission of MIUCP, I think, is extremely important. And it's, quote, empowering all people with disabilities throughout Michigan. And I just think that that is such a powerful statement, Leslyn. So, do you mind? I mean, in your own words, can you talk about why this mission is important?
Well, again, our goal and our focus is to empower people with disabilities in the state of Michigan to be able to live their best lives, whatever that may be. And one of our slogans is to help to close the disability divide, to close it, in the areas of housing, education, um, and full community access. And so, um, the belief at my UCP is that all Michiganders have a right to live their best life. And so our goal and our focus is to empower them. But, my UCP, kind of looking at our history, we are, my UCP is kind of a newly formed organization. In 2020, um, in 2020, um, UCP Detroit and UCP Michigan. UCP Detroit primarily served Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb counties, and UCP Michigan served the remainder of the state. And in July of 2020, we came together, we merged our operations to form MyUCP. We strongly felt that together we could do more than we could actually do separately in helping to close that disability divide.
Absolutely. I mean, closing the disability divide, what a powerful statement. And then, of course, the merger again with Detroit and being able to encompass maybe a wider service area, I presume as well. So, have you noticed? I mean, has there been a greater bigger plethora of success, and of course, with resources within the merger?
Well, it's been quite interesting. All of this happened in the midst of the pandemic that continues to go on. And so being able to get out there and get in front of people and to share what we're doing has been a little bit of a challenge. So I appreciate having this platform to share and announce some of the things that we're doing. But we've been doing a lot of things virtual. We have an annual awards presentation that we're doing on October 15th. We've tried to do some media outreach and other things to get the word out. We have a brand new website, mi-ucp.org, which shares all of information on our programs. We've done some great videos and other things. But ultimately, one of the things that we really wanted to do is, we had some great programs in the metropolitan Detroit area and some great programs that UCP Michigan was implementing in the rest of the state. And so what we've been able to do is to come together so that everyone in the state can benefit from all of the programs that both agencies had to offer. And so it's an exciting opportunity. And we're definitely looking to expand and to do more in terms of reaching people.
Awesome. And of course, you touch on a lot of great points in terms of the different resources and then, of course, the goals that you have, going forward. So we will touch on those in just a moment. But briefly, too, I wanted to go back again to your storied career because it is important. I mean, you're a seasoned professional with over 20 years of nonprofit management and extensive experience in grant management, program development, funding, and successfully leading a nonprofit during challenging economic times. So I just wanted to know from you, I mean, as a person, and as a professional, why is it important to give back to the community?
Well, as I mentioned, giving back and and working with people with disabilities has been something natural. Giving back is something that I've promoted to my children in terms of volunteering and serving. And it was something that was instilled in me at a very young age. And there's the more you give, the more you get back. And encouraging giving is something, and supporting others is something that I've always done. You mentioned that I've been with UCP for 30 years and had a variety of different roles. The neat thing about my career is having the opportunity to touch on so many different areas. When I first started, my focus was mainly advocacy and working with parents and families to navigate through the challenging educational system and going to IEPs and doing those kinds of things. And then I moved on and started working on the employment side with the National Choice Access Demonstration Project that was focused on helping people with significant disabilities to become employed. And then from there, implementing that program on a statewide level. So I've had a lot of exciting opportunities throughout my career.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you touched on some great points. And folks, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with Leslyn Angel.